So Elizabeth Donati says, do you have any solutions or thoughts on restless leg syndrome symptoms? It's a good question. Um, so restless leg syndrome, the first thing you want to check in terms of like easy things um, would be, what is it? Supplementing zinc or selenium. This is something I learned from Chris Masterjohn, that oftentimes restless leg syndrome symptoms are due to zinc or selenium deficiency. So you could take something like 50 milligrams of zinc daily and 100 milligrams to 200 milligrams of selenium daily, and see if that works after a few weeks. You might also just take magnesium, because magnesium is important for so many different things, and it's oftentimes people don't get enough of it. So couldn't hurt to take 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, or one of the other well-absorbed forms of magnesium that doesn't give you diarrhea. So 400, 800, a couple of thousand milligrams. I mean, you can gradually work your way up and see if it's helpful. Might also need some potassium. A lot of people are probably a little bit low in potassium, so that might be helpful too. So electrolytes. I recently came across a brand called Fast Light, Lyte, fasting electrolytes. I'm going to check those out and try them out. Just ordered some to see how I feel with them. What else? So yeah, there might be some neurological issue. You might try Mulungu bark, which helps to calm down the nervous system. Maybe ashwagandha, and see if those things help. But restless leg syndrome, along with just any other disorder, if you can't find a quick fix for it, which might actually be a good thing, because quick fixes sometimes they're like these hacks where they just cover up the problem by suppressing the symptom in some way without addressing the root cause. So even if you take something like zinc or selenium, it's hard to tell, did you have a deficiency of that? Or did you not have a deficiency and it's just, it's like acting in a supra-physiological way where it's like having a suppressive effect that it shouldn't be having, that shouldn't be there, right? So it's counteracting, it's acting in, it's doing more than it should be doing inside your body, which means that it's not solving the actual problem. So it's important to, the best thing is to go to somebody who has experience guiding people step by step until they really solve the deepest underlying root cause problem, whatever that is. And it takes a little bit of time to sift through the details of their life from the beginning until today, so that you can understand the meaning and, what the body's doing and why, right? So there might be, for example, something going on that's harming you from your environment and from toxins you've been exposed to, that's causing that's causing zinc to go down, and your body is lowering zinc itself in order to deal with something else. So for some reason, I can't think of why, but for some reason, lower zinc and perhaps iron, for example, could be another one, are lower, because lowering them has a beneficial effect in the setting of this bad situation that your body's fighting against. So it's beneficial for that bad situation, but a side effect of the low zinc or iron or whatever is that you get restless leg symptoms. So I hope I'm being clear here that the body's probably trying to maneuver maybe trying to maneuver in a certain way, and this is like the best of all possible worlds given the situation that it's in, or the best of all possible, maneuvers it can make in the situation that it's in. So you might fix the zinc and fix the restless leg syndrome, symptoms, and yet you might hobble the body's ability to deal with that other problem. So, and that other problem is usually a bigger problem than the thing that you think you're fixing. Because if it wasn't, the body wouldn't be doing that, right? It's not stupid. It does things that, in the best possible way to protect you and your, ultimate interests. So it tries to keep you alive no matter what. And when you mess with it, people die. People get sick and they die, unfortunately, before their time. So it's pretty serious. And this is why people like Hakeem Shabazz, they don't mess around. They just will not give you the easy way out. They won't say, okay, go take zinc or whatever. And the person's very happy. It's like, oh, wow, the doctor, like, he told me exactly what it was, and it was zinc. I just didn't have enough zinc. And then, 6 months or a year or 2 years later, you get hit with some like random autoimmune disease or heart attack or, blood clot in your lungs or something. And no one, the doctor or you or anyone, is connecting it to the fact that you took supplemental zinc to get rid of your restless leg syndrome. And yet it will usually be connected to something that you did. The next thing that happens on your health journey during this life is a direct reaction to the last thing that you did and the things that came before and the things you left undone. So it seems like not a big deal. Let's just meddle around in things we don't understand. But if you don't fully understand what you're doing, you wouldn't hire somebody to work on the space shuttle if they were just tinkering around and had no idea what they were doing. And yet that's what we do with our own bodies. And that's what we allow most of our doctors to do. Almost all of our doctors are just tinkering around in there. They can't tell you why you have restless leg syndrome. If they can't tell you why you have it, they shouldn't be trying to fix it because they don't know what they're doing. They're going to, if they do quote unquote fix it, they're going to end up probably breaking something else, because there are probably a million different things that can give the same symptoms. And so they need to be able to tell you that, if they don't understand it, then they need to understand deeper principles that they follow that will keep them out of trouble. So if you want to get out of this problem in the best possible way with the least possible, harm, then talk to somebody like Shabazz. Go to mygotodoc.com/Hakim, Hakim, before he becomes too busy to talk to anyone. I mean, it's getting there.